Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the special TechShield series of podcasts under Sarona Ventures. And today we have here with us a very special friend of mine and an amazing entrepreneur, Ronen, founder and CEO of BuyWith.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us, and especially excited because you're the first female founder that we have on the series. So very excited to see what will come up in our conversation today.
Definitely.
So let's start with maybe if you can share briefly what BuyWith is, what do you do, who are your customers, what's the value prop that you give them, and kind of a nutshell, so we all understand what the company does, where you come from.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. I'm Adi, CEO and co-founder of BuyWith. We're a startup company in the live commerce space, a B2B SaaS company. It means that we enable brands and retailers to have live shopping experience on top of their e-commerce site. In addition to that, we have a creator marketplace that enables them to scale fast and select the host from our pool of creators in the marketplace. Um, we could work on any e-commerce site in the world without any code integration, what enabled them to really start fast, and we have a very short sales cycle thanks to this ability. In addition to that, we're doing live commerce in a very unique way. So in addition to the standard video and chat and commerce component, we also have a co-browsing technology that we have a patent about that enables the host of the session to navigate the site in real time and give recommendations on top of the website. We are working with large enterprise and mid-sized brands. So among our clients, you could find Dyson, Ulta Beauty, Tupperware, and others. We started in the fashion and beauty verticals, but now we entered to electronics, kitchen, and home. And happy to be here. And maybe a bit about our investments round. So until today, we raised $9.5 million from strategic investors in the e-commerce space, including the former president of Alibaba in the US and the former CEO of Lancome.
And including Sarona
Including Sarona. Yeah.
As we share here with everyone. So we have Adi, and you and I and the team at Sarona, we had quite a journey together, and we joined the company in 2019, and since then we've seen a lot of ups and downs, a lot of COVID and market downturns, and I mean it was not particularly easy few years. So maybe you can share with us, in light of that, what do you see as the most important factor in managing a team during challenging times, challenging market positions, and challenging periods?
Yes. So I think it's part of the roller coaster that entrepreneurs should navigate through. Also to know how to deal with difficult times, challenging times. Well, things are not like the usual or the usual business, and it's part of the journey. I think it's part of being entrepreneur is to know how to deal with this situation and navigate the company and lead the employees of the company, because a lot of times the employees are looking for this person that would give them the confidence that the company could survive anything and do the adjustments if needed, and give even, we found ourselves during the war, giving some kind of a mental support to our employees to help them survive these challenging times, because we saw that each employee experienced the war differently. For instance, I worked. I worked a lot, and it helped me. And then I wasn't busy with watching, the news all day and being focused on that. I worked, and it helped me a lot to survive these times. But every employee had a different way to deal with this situation, and it was, for some, we saw that it was very important for them that the company would participate in the general volunteering environment and do some actions to help. Yeah, I think it's very important as a founder, as a CEO of the company, to really give the employees this confidence during these times.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you know what I really love about you and the leadership team of BuyWith is really, I think I haven't told you that yet, so it's a good opportunity. Is really the fact that you're so much invested into this project, and you're not the type of entrepreneurs that would go out and seek stage time, but rather you're so much, your heads down, you're so focused on customers, on acquiring new brands, on extending your position in existing customers, and increasing your your customer total annual revenues, and really focusing on inside the company and making it work. And I think this is pretty rare generally amongst CEOs and companies that we see. So, I really admire that in you and the team, and I think I haven't told you that yet. So it's a good opportunity. And second, I would love your take on it. As a founder, there are many opportunities all the time to go out and publicize what you do, and I think oftentimes founders don't really know what would be the right balance between focusing inwards and focusing outwards. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. So, for me, the number one priority is to execute and bring the company to the goals and hit, our targets and grow the company quarter over quarter. This is the number one priority because I think that eventually, as founders, we need to build business that generates revenue. So, and creates value as well to our clients, and it works together. And my mentality is to do it no matter what. So I think that no matter what happens in the world, we need to make it. We need to get shit done, and this is what I'm trying to bring to also to the team. Because sometimes we have some obstacles, we have challenges within the company, and we need to do it no matter what. So this is how I see it, and yeah, I think PR is a very, very important thing, and to put our company out there and the presence of it is huge, and it's really, something that we are focusing on. But I think that the biggest message and the most important message is to execute, and then you will be out there. No one could miss you. Yeah.
And I think in your case, it really shows and then pays off. You're crossing the 4 million in ARR and hitting the target, and you have, I think, one of the most impressive client base in terms of logo and the size and caliber of these logos in the e-com industry. So really pays off.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I take BuyWith and you and the team as as a case study of an Israeli-led company, do you think this is representative, or do you think you are unique?
I think that for BuyWith, the fact that we are also a US company and that we have a global team worldwide. So I think it's a combination, since during the war, when everyone in Israel were shocked about what's happening because it was such a surprise for everyone in a bad way. We were lucky to have the global team still there functioning, and it saved us. The fact that we had employees all around the world, they cared about what we are experiencing, but they could, still perform and do everything for their part. Yeah, I think it's definitely challenging.
But do you think this mentality of we deliver no matter what?
Oh, got it. No, I think it's very Israeli. To be honest, I think it's very Israeli. I think that we survive and we try to find creative ways to get to the goals. And even, if things are not as expected, we're just delivering. So I think it's very an Israeli, thing to do.
Goes for them better and worse, right? Sometimes we don't give up when also when people may want us to give up. So
Yeah.
we don't give up. So the other side of your business, you have one side which is the brands and the big retailers and e-com companies, and then on the other side you have a really big pool of influencers that are collaborating and working with the platform. And during October 7 and obviously post and what's happening now with the anti-Semitism in all over the world, there were a lot of influencers that have taken a position here or there. Did that affect your business? And did you see some backlash or the other side, like support and collaboration from influencers in the platform, or it was completely blank and business as usual?
So for the influencer side, we didn't see it so much with the creators we are working with. Uh, Again, the company is very, very global in its position, so we didn't feel it that much. However, we felt it in another aspect. We were hiring for a role, a student role in the US to moderate some of the live events. And we interviewed many students, and a lot of them asked us in the interview where is the company is based, etc. And we saw a lot of people that gave up on the role after the interview.
Wow.
And we believe that it's because of the Israeli company.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that especially, because we know what happened in the universities and everything in the US. So we think that for this specific role, it had an effect.
Yeah, it's completely crazy. And you also had similar experience with the investor, right? I mean, you're now closing your round very successfully, I might say. But you had a few conversations with investors where it was not very clear where they stand, how they stand in relation with the fact that the company is Israeli led.
Yeah. I met a VC fund from Europe, and they asked us if the company is the US company or Israeli. So we have a US company, BuyWith Inc. So they said, oh, if it's a US company, we can invest. But they said that they're not allowed to invest in Israel. So yeah, it was hard to hear that.
Which is especially crazy because you're a phenomenal company and you're not alone, right? The Israeli market is now abundant of excellent Israeli companies. But the international community that was 4 months ago would not hesitate to invest in Israeli tech because, to be honest, I know, and everyone that is listening here probably knows too, the Israeli technology and the level of Israeli entrepreneurship is unparalleled to most other countries, and everyone knows it. But still, companies like yours receive these kind of experience. And then, what do you think investors should do? Like investors that are now on the fence, so they're global, they're based outside of the country, they read the news, but they don't really know what exactly is happening on the ground. Maybe they want to support, maybe they're a bit afraid. And what do you think investors should do?
Yeah, in general, I would want investors to look on the company's product, team, results as usual, because I think that fundraising right now is hard enough for startup companies, not only in Israel, in general, worldwide. And I think that good companies deserve, the support. And this is, this is how it should work. But more than that, Israeli companies also need now the support of these investors, because a lot of them really got hurt from the war significantly. I know friends, entrepreneurs that were in the army, and the war really hurt their metrics. And so I think that good companies that maybe have right now difficult times would need the support of the investors, because they're a good company, they're good teams, they have amazing technology, but they just have some difficult times because of the situation. I think that we were lucky to really have a very you know good recent times with a lot of new deals, new clients, achievements that we got. But I can feel other entrepreneurs that are really in a stressful times right now because of this situation.
So tell us about the round that you've raised. You went out there after the down market with very impressive numbers, and tell us your experience.
Yeah, so I think that it took us longer than we thought because of the environment in the market. We expected it to be much easier. So it took some time, but eventually we found the right investors and the right partners for this round. So again, I think it's again about the attitude of no matter what. That even in these challenging times, that it was even before the war, it was about the financial crisis in the world and in the US, and all the environment, the VC ecosystem, and the climate. So we did the adjustments that we needed to do, and eventually we kept, meeting investors and looking for the right partner that would believe in what we're doing and would see the amazing results we achieved. And and thankfully we did it.
So how many investors did you have to see until you found the investor that said yes and gave you the term sheet? And how did this compare to the last round that you made in different climates?
Yeah, I didn't count, but I think that I met between 50 to 70 investors, and it's in the range. It's in the range of the usual, but I think that the we were in a couple of good processes that eventually didn't happen, and I think that some investors passed on the opportunity. That I mentioned that in a regular time they wouldn't do it; they would take the opportunity. So I think that a lot of investors were sitting, on their fund and didn't deploy any investment almost, and really invested more in their portfolio companies than do outside investments.
Yeah. And how is it? How did it look like customer facing? Did you have post October 7th? Did you have change in the approach and attitude of customers towards the company? What did you see?
No, I wouldn't. I think that we felt that the clients really cared about us. They were really, we got many, many emails from our clients, asking if we are okay and everything. And something actually that happened was that one of our competitors actually reached me out on LinkedIn and asked if we are okay. And this was nice. A company from Canada, and they asked me on LinkedIn. She said they know we are competitors, but just wanted to know that you and your family are safe. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we need to hold on to, right? Those moments of hope and camaraderie.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of situation, this is what it does to people.
Right.
Coming together, even if you would not at other times.
Right.
So Israel has an innovation authority where the innovation authority is very active in supporting the industry, and they launched a grant program for companies that need to boost their runway and add more cash into their company. And hundreds of companies applied. You were one of the companies that actually received confirmation for the grant. But I know that you have I think an interesting story there. So would love that you share it with everyone here, and also maybe give tips to founders that maybe are looking to match their investors' dollar through the grants of the Innovation Authority. What do you recommend for them to do?
Yeah. So we received in the past grants from the Innovation Authority. I would say that it's not an easy thing to get money from them. It's a good money because it's not diluting the company and the equity, but it's not an easy process to do. They're really digging in the technology, the innovation part of the technology, the R&D part, the business side. They want to see many, many stuff. So it's not just, okay, let's apply and get it and that's it. So we did it already. We got it twice in the past. To be honest, I did it by myself. So we didn't work with an external advisor or any other company to do it for us. And the reason that I did it myself, because I realized that I have all the knowledge around the company. This is eventually what you need to bring the company itself, the product, the R&D. I did it with my co-founder Eyal, which is the CTO of the company. And this time we thought that it's we need the money. It could help us, and we knew that a lot of company would apply to this specific grant. And afterwards, I heard that there were thousands of applications, and that they approve only a very small percentage of these applications. So we were very positive that we're going to get it, but then we were rejected. They sent us that we won't get the grant, and the reason was that the company is a very, very good company, and they believe that we don't need this grant. So it was really, hard to get this answer. We decided to appeal, and they accepted us. They accepted and approved the grant. So yeah, I think it's again an example of no matter what, and not give up and really be do what you need to do. And yeah, it was a great thing to get this yes after you got this no. It's a lot.
And that means basically that every investor that invests in the current round, every dollar they invest would be matched 60% from the Innovation Authority.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think to finish, I would love to chat with you all day, but I know you have a company to run, so I'll let you go continue to do that. Just to finish, maybe with a note of inspiration, what made you start BuyWith?
Yeah, wow, it's a great question. And every time I speak about it, it takes me, years back. Um, when we started the company, we had a vision to bring the social experience into e-commerce. And we wanted to change the way that people shop online. Originally, it was for people to shop with their friends. So I could invite my friend to shop with me and to decide together what to buy. And I think that almost every company that starts the entrepreneurship journey wouldn't finish with the same product and the same idea that they started with. So we were lucky to do a very successful pivot and listen to the market needs and adjust our products accordingly. Um, and it's again, I think that I'm going back to this no matter what mentality that um, you do the adjustments you need, even if things are not going in the direction you want. So you're not giving up. You do the adjustments and then you strive. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing and first of all for initiating and building, and then for coming and sharing your story with me and with the people here. So thank you so much, Adi, and I only wish you the best, and I continue to support from the backstage. Thank you.